Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm going to try to keep it going because so much is going on. 3rd of April, Wednesday, I received some very excellent records from someone named Max, I think. I'm not going to hit those today. I want to talk about an album that my sister sent me. She sent me a couple albums. And I really like it. And I feel like I need to say some things because I know some of you folks that are following me know. Anyway, my sister, who works for Walt Disney, and her husband, Floyd Norman, the famous black animator who has illustrated the latest Black Panther comic, or at least the one that came out in February. Floyd Norman, he did the cover. They sent me this to me. They sent me a copy of the Black Panther, the album, and the soundtrack to Black Panther. You know, they're out there in California, and they have the Hollywood connection because of what they do with Walt Disney. And I really like this. Now, I need to qualify, because I have been disparaging at times in the past about hip-hop, and I know that I'm sure there's going to be some folks who decided to dismiss me because of, I have had at times problems. Well, I have a problem with knuckleheadedness, not with my people, okay, not with being black, not with black culture. There are aspects of hip-hop and commercial hip-hop that I absolutely am not cool with. But the thing that this is primarily Kendrick Lamar working with a lot of different people. And I have to say that, do I recognize the absolute amazing talent and vision of Kendrick Lamar? Absolutely I do. Now, I always say how I'm not focused on lyrics, which is not why I'm not a big rap person, really is the truth. But Kendrick is intelligent, young, has a heart, and his writing style, not only what he's saying, but his cadence, he's very much like a jazz musician, the way that he works with rhythm. And I also noticed that there's the real obvious connection to martial arts. I've watched his videos. I'm not out of touch, people. I'm not. This is really good, and I'm particularly kind of blown away at some of the production values, some of the music, and some of the sounds going on here are fantastic. They really are. Executive producers Anthony Top Dog Tippett and Kendrick Lamar. I'm working with all kinds of people on here, everyone from Anderson .Paak to just all these cool people. 2 Chainz, Schoolboy Q, Khalid, Vince Staples. He's working with everybody. Jakari, The Weeknd. I had already been familiar with the single, or one of the singles up here, All the Stars, because I dig the video. I like the video. I really appreciate my sister sending this to me. Now, I tried to listen to some of the soundtrack. I've seen the movie. I've seen it online. I'm trying to think, have I actually seen it all the way through now? Because you know how you can see movies in parts online? The main thing that I want to say about Black Panther that I was excited about was a seeming resurgence or new surge of interest in black pride and black excellence, but not in a surfacey way, but more in one where it's like for all these reasons, you know, we just have all these reasons to feel very good and proud about our people. You know, we have to, and I have to say it like that because of the unkindness of history. You know, the plight of the black man, of the black race. I'll say that, you know, since we're in these sensitive times about gender. You know, when you would say mankind, everyone knew what you meant, and nowadays it's like I hesitate to use the word mankind anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like people can trip. It still means the same thing, everybody, okay? So this is really good, really good. And I'm also feeling the outrage and the pain behind the murder of Nipsey Hussle. I'm aware of him. Now, I actually mainly became aware of him through his tracks on Fuck Donald Trump. And but come to find out that, you know, he's a true hero, put his money where his mouth is, back into the hood, stayed there. Whatever the story is behind the person that murdered him, whether it was personal or whether it was a setup, it could be both. It's just, I'm feeling it. You know, it's a major loss. It's just very disheartening that a person raises up and actually does something good and gets struck down while common cockroach criminals are just getting away with it daily. It's just maddening. Maddening. So the thing I want to say to anyone who may be saying, Dereck, listening to hip-hop? First off, fuck, you know, expert of me. And people say things. No, I'll put it like this. I'm a human being, okay? I got layers of feelings, okay? And a big part of where, particularly the knuckleheaded street sense type of hip-hop that objectifies women and is really material and boasty, I can't get with that because of my personal experience as a member of the community, someone who has striven to just be himself, and I, since a child, have, you know, dealt with the hardness, you know, the, you know what they say, you know, which ultimately a deal comes down to dealing with a lot of abuse and a potential abuse by others around me because they misperceive your difference, you know, thinking that you're soft and sensitive. I've dealt with a lot of people just very directly wanting to take advantage of it or lord over it, okay? You people that are willing to be honest about human behavior, it's not just in the black community, it's human nature. But you know what I'm talking about, this whole idea of being hard and tough on the exterior and shit, you know, and it's, you know, created resentment and also trauma in me as a person, you know, because of my experience. You know, it's like supposedly these traits are supposedly traits of a real man and a tough guy and somebody to look up to, when it's all an absolute illusion and false. And yet it's human nature. You know, any fool can be offended by someone and decide to just knock the hell out of them, which is what this behavior is behind. Thinking about, you know, Hussle, Nipsey as well, you know. Got your pride hurt or something, you know what I'm saying? You jealous or something? Or you just can't take some honest feedback somebody, so you got to strike out. Or somebody is slightly different than you, and so you got to belittle them. Or the other thing that happens a lot with people is, here comes somebody that you find attractive, but the last thing you can do is admit to that attractiveness, and so you actually are abusive. It starts in childhood, you know what I'm talking about, people. And I'm talking about it on the real side as a black man, you know, that comes up listening to this album and listening to a lot of what's being said, how it's said, you know, and just realizing I don't express myself this way, but I understand this, but this has been This is why I stand outside of that, even though I'm part of it. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, Kendrick Lamar and all these people, those are my people, you know, those are my peers as musicians. I work and have worked with local hip-hop people, and I actually have some projects pending. One fellow just reached out to me. I won't say his name yet because he's back active, just put up a new video of his stuff. I won't say his name just yet. But the connection is real, and I just want to hopefully make that make sense to people who are judgmental. Because I recently heard that. I posted a post on Instagram of me listening to some reggae, and one of my followers, I thought you said you didn't like reggae. Well, how the fuck long ago was that? And what's your point saying that? Okay, I ain't mad at this person, but I'm using it as a platform point to make this point for me and other people. When people do shit like that, what's the point? Why you do that? You know, well, you said so-and-so. What are you bringing it up for? You trying to help somebody or what? You think you got somebody? Does it make you feel good? You know, because that's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm busting foolish and childish behavior, including myself. We don't really act very mature. We really don't. You know, we really, and that's, again, a connection here. Black Panther. Who was it? A member of Monty Python. I didn't read the article, so I don't know if it was satire, but there was a post in my feed not too long ago where I think it was Terry Gilliam wrote, where he said, grow the fuck up, people. What's this bullshit about hero, you know, adults, you know, just making movies about comic book heroes? When are people going to grow up? I think there's some truth to that. Well, there's a lot of truth to that, you know? Whether someone wrote it as satire, I'm telling you, I'm serious, you know what I'm saying? So that all goes along with my appreciation of this music, and when I listen to what's going on in modern black music and modern music in general, I do not like the continued objectivization, the objective in making women just be sex objects. Frankly, I know what it's like as a black man in this white world, being on tour, to be objectified sexually by people, women, white women. I've dealt with it several times, you know, just assuming that because I'm a black guy, that all you got to do is shake that or say something and I'm going to go like a dog. Very insulting, you know, that's a sexual objectification. It's just real still prevalent in culture, especially black culture. I don't like it, you know, don't like it. So I let you know that, but please understand I love the people. I make posts on Facebook where it's like I'm not preaching to anybody or proselytizing. I'm talking to me as well as everybody else. It's like, can we raise the bar a little bit? I mean, I'll try a little bit. Can you try a little bit? I'm far from perfect. We treat each other a little bit better. That's what I want to say, as opposed to getting on here and reviewing more of these records. I want to thank my sister publicly, Adrian and Floyd Norman, because they both, it's thankful to them that I got this Black Panther album and the soundtrack, which I'm going to get into. I'm going to, you know, I was listening to it and seeing who wrote it and listening to all the African stuff, and I was saying, I ain't ready for this. I'm not interested. I like soundtracks, but not necessarily soundtracks because it's associated with the movie. It's incidental music in soundtracks that I'm really interested in and has always really touched me. These moments of music that, how did they capture that, you know? That's what I like about soundtrack music. But this is awesome, actually. The production on this, and Kendrick Lamar like a ninja with his words and the power of his personality. I got nothing but props and respect for him. And yeah, damn good record. Okay, that's what I got for today.